Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to Boost You. Today, we are talking about content that converts and what to post to attract premium clients. So, if you're tired of posting content that gets likes but not leads, then you're showing up, you're sharing value, maybe even going viral, but your DMs are just crickets. You have no calls booked on your calendar is wide open. Let's change that because here's the truth, not all content is created equal. So if you want premium clients, you need premium messaging. And in this video, I'll show you exactly what to post to attract high ticket buyers. So, hey there, I'm Heather Blaze, and I help coaches, consultants, and experts create scalable systems that turn their expertise into consistent 10K, 20K, 30K plus months without burning out or selling their soul. So if you've been pouring time into your content, but it's not translating into premium clients, I've got you. Today we're breaking down the strategy behind content that converts so that you can stop guessing, stop spinning your wheels, and start attracting the kind of clients who say yes without hesitation. And if you want the full blueprint that shows you exactly how to go from overlooked and fully booked, then grab my free training. You can find the link here in the description below. All right, so let's get into it. The first stop that I want to talk about is the three types of content that you must be posting actually drives conversions. You can't just post random inspiration and expect premium buyers to come knocking, right? All those quotes or other people's quotes or whatever, inspirational quotes, that's not going to lead to sales. You need a strategic mix of three key content types, and they are as follows. So the first kind of content is what I call awareness content. So this content is designed to just stop that scroll and make your ideal client feel deeply understood. Your job here is to reflect their current frustrations and call out their limiting beliefs, keeping them stuck and letting them know that you see them. So, for example, you might say something like, you're not struggling because you're not good enough. You're struggling because you're selling the wrong thing to the wrong people at the wrong price. Okay. Another example could be you're posting daily, but still hearing crickets in your inbox. It's not your consistency, it's your message. So you're holding up a mirror to their struggle and creating a magnetic pull. Does that make sense? If that makes sense, put it here in the comments. And if you're here with me live, you can put hashtag live. And if you're here with me on the replay, you can put hashtag replay. But we'd love to see some comments here. And if you are here with me, let me know your name so that I can give you a shout out if you're here live. So let's talk about the next one. The next type of content is authority content. So now that you've got their attention, right? And there's so much noise out there. People are scrolling through. It's really got to stand out, right? So now you've got your attention. It's time to earn their trust. Authority content positions you as the expert with the solution they didn't even know that they needed. So this can include breaking down your framework or sharing behind the scenes strategies or busting industry myths or answering key objections. Okay, so a lot of people are talking about their credentials. A lot of people don't most people don't care about the credentials. What they want to know is what's in it for them. um, I just actually had a friend the other day post an example of a flyer that she had created on ChatGPT or with ChatGPT. And I was just like, no, like as a marketing expert, as I teach marketing. It was way too busy. It was all about her coaching and her credentials. And I'm like, people don't care about that. They want to hear you, like I said before, be able to explain their current situation and their desired situation better than they can explain it. That automatically positions you as the go-to, as the expert, and people will gravitate towards you. So for an example with this um, authority framework or whatever, an example is, here's why cookie cutter funnels don't work for high ticket service providers and what to do instead. So you're giving clarity and insight that makes them think I've never heard it explained like that before. And then the third type of content is conversion content. Okay. And that's what we're talking about here today. So here's where you move people to take action. You've captured their attention, you've built their trust. Now it's time to lead them into the sale, right? Conversion content includes transformation stories, case studies, CTAs, which are the calls to action, and DMs, right? Direct message, it DMs you or click a link, something like that, like whatever you want them to do, right? And then you break down your offer with urgency and relevance. But here's what separates amateurs from pros. Conversion content isn't just about saying buy now, it's about creating emotional readiness. So you're helping them feel ready to say yes. So let's look at some examples for that. So, example number one is like a call out carousel post. Okay. This is in Instagram, these carousel posts. So it's a bunch of slides if you don't know what a carousel looks like, and you swipe, swipe, swipe across, right? So the first slide could say something like, you're not broke, you're just undercharging. And then the next slide would say, if your calendar is full, but your bank account isn't, this is for you. Then slides 3 through 5 would probably explain pricing mistakes and mind traps. Slide 6 would be the call to action. For example, like DM me raise and I'll send you a free pricing guide, something like that. And another example is a before and after client story. So this is authority and conversion. So you could say something like, before working with me, Sarah had never charged more than $497. And after 6 weeks, she closed her first $6,000 client. So you're showing what's possible and how it happened. So you've got social proof plus the process, which equals high trust. Make sense? Another example is like a mini training post. So this is an authority post. So you'd have a hook, which is something, again, that really stops that scroll. Something like 3 reasons you are getting views, but no clients. That could be a hook. Okay. It's like it hooks them in. It's like, oh, now I want to know what those 3 reasons are. Then the body of it would be bullet points that state insights and that address the real buyer problems. And then that CTA, that call to action, something like, want the full system, grab my free training in the link below, something like that, right? So you're bringing them somewhere, and then that leads them into that sale. So these posts do more than inform, they invite action, they build authority, and they trigger desire. Even with amazing content, if you're not speaking to the right person, it won't convert those. So let's talk about the psychology of buyers. The secret to speaking to buyers and not just browsers is to have a mindset shift that will change the game for you. Buyers think differently than browsers. Okay. Buyers think differently than browsers. So browsers are curious, they're watching, maybe even liking your posts, but they're not taking action. Buyers, on the other hand, are already aware of the problem. They're looking for a clear solution and they're emotionally ready to invest in change. So if your content still sounds like it's speaking to the hoping someday crowd instead of the ready right now buyer, you're losing sales. So here's how to speak to buyers. First, you need to use urgent results-based language, something like content that attracts high-ticket clients in 7 days or less, right? It's catchy. It's like, okay, I want that. You want to paint the cost of inaction. So you could say something like, if you keep charging low ticket, you'll stay overwhelmed and underpaid, right? Because you have to get so many more clients at a lower rate, and then you have to do all the work for those clients, right? In order to hit your income goal, versus if you have a high ticket clients, you can spend less time working with a ton of people. You spend focused time with the higher ticket client, right? To get them that amazing result so that you can hit your income goals quicker and and with less work, right? And that's what I show my clients how to do. And then another thing is casting a vision for a clear outcome. So something like, I'll show you how to build a six-figure business with one offer, one system, one premium client at a time. Okay. So when you're using language that reflects their desire, their pain, and their readiness, you stop attracting content consumers and you start magnetizing decision makers. And now let's bring it all together, okay, with a system that really simplifies your content and makes it repeatable. It's the content to client system that I teach. So it's attract, activate, ascend. So attract is use awareness content to really speak to the pain points and the patterns of your audience that they're feeling every day. So these posts grab attention by tapping into frustration and emotion and calling out what's not working. Then you want to activate it, which is using that authority content to shift beliefs and build trust. And this is where you educate, reframe, and lead with values so that they start to see you as the go-to expert. And this can be done with one video. There's a formula to it. It's an authority formula. It builds that know, like, and trust, that KLT, KTL, know, like, and trust, KLT switch. That, it can happen like in a 30-minute video, really quick. Doesn't have to take years or months or weeks to build that know, like, and trust if it's done properly. And then the next thing was the ascend, right? So use conversion content to invite them into a decision, whether that's opting into your lead magnet, like I was just talking about, DMing a keyword, or booking a call. You're creating momentum by showing them what to do next and why it matters now. So this system works no matter what size your audience is. In fact, many of my clients with under 1,000 followers, I should say. I mean, some of my clients are starting from scratch. Some of them have 1,000. Most of them have less than 1,000 followers. I've had some with, 250 really start to, be able to make sales and stuff like that. You really don't need a lot of people. It's the quality versus the quantity. So, some of my clients, like I said, with under 1,000 followers get fully booked by just implementing this exact flow. So you don't need to go viral. You need a message that's crystal clear, content that's emotionally resonant, and a system that moves the people right towards the right action. And if you want help implementing that content system into your own business, step by step, then you need to check out my free training. Again, it's in the link description below. So let's wrap this up today. If your content isn't converting, it's not because you're not working hard enough. It's because your message isn't speaking to the right person in the right way. So with a strategic mix of awareness, authority, and conversion content, and a simple content system that walks buyers from interested to action, you can attract premium clients who are ready to pay, stay, and refer. So don't get to don't just make sure you take action. And one of the best things you can do for taking action right now is actually to hit that like and subscribe and drop a comment below of which of these strategies are you going to implement this week. Okay, put that in the comments here. And remember, content alone won't change your business, but content with purpose, positioned powerfully, that's how you build a pipeline of premium clients. So I'm Heather Blaze. I'm here every Thursday at 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Eastern time, unless I'm sick or traveling. So I hope to see you next week. And again, if you want me to do one of these videos on something specific that you might feel stuck, or like you're spinning your wheels, or you just need a question answered, you can put that in the comments below as well, and let me know what you want me to do more videos on, so that I can get you unstuck and get you to your income goals with your business. All right, that's it for today. Take care, everyone. I will see you next time.